And we are back, and thank you so much for joining us. International pop artist Jesse McCartney wants you and your beautiful soul as he holds his first ever concert here in Manila.
Jesse now joins us live here in the studio to tell us more about his Manila tour and his new music. Jesse, good morning and welcome to CNN Philippines. Welcome to Manila.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
Thank you.
Well, you know, Jesse's such a ray of sunshine.
Yes,
I mean, he got in late last night.
I like his vibe, yeah.
I know, right?
You got in late last night?
Got in late. I haven't seen any sunshine. I got in at like 10, and I literally woke up to see you guys. And so I had a coffee, which is good, but I have not seen anything yet, but I'm really looking forward to it.
You flew from Vietnam?
I flew from Vietnam.
Okay.
I was in Ho Chi Minh City yesterday and had a show there a couple nights ago. And then, yeah, this Saturday we're performing here in the Philippines.
That's right. So what are you going to do Thursday to Saturday?
I'm going to be talking to you fine people.
We're going to keep you busy, but I hope you get to enjoy some of our sites.
I hope so, too. We're going to try and squeeze some time in to go do some sightseeing and see the city, meet the people of the city, and hopefully try some great local cuisine and try to soak it in while I am here, because I'm only going to be here a few short days, unfortunately.
You had a great time in Vietnam, right? Ho Chi Minh City.
I did. It's my first time anywhere in Southeast Asia. I've been to Japan before. I've been other places in Asia, but the first time here in the Southeast part of Asia, and it's incredible.
You'll have a great time here in the Philippines, man. What's on your itinerary?
I literally am doing press for the next like 48 hours before the show, and then performing and hopefully meeting a bunch of new fans, a bunch of new faces. And then I'm flying to Singapore on Sunday. So.
Well, and speaking of fans, you know, I was able to chit-chat with him earlier before we went on air. So I wanted to find out also the difference between the U.S. fans. I mean, you're such a popular, handsome guy. I mean, girls are like all over the place, right? But I mean, how does it compare between the Asians? I mean, is there a big difference?
Well, I can't speak for the fans of the Philippines just yet. I'll let you know on Saturday. But I will say that American fans they're rabid. You know, they're just, especially when I was younger, when they have that sort of prepubescent, adolescent, hormonal thing going on. But in Vietnam, they're very respectful. At least, like, you know, especially when you speak, when you're on stage and you're singing, they're singing along, they're cheering. But then it's really funny. Like, there's a shift. As soon as you start speaking, it goes dead quiet, which is not something I'm used to, and I'm thinking, oh man, like, I feel more on the spot when I'm talking than when I'm singing. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing the reaction for the first time from all of my Filipino fans. I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you.
See, Jesse's a nice guy, and they're all excited to see a lot of people here in the studio. I haven't seen this much people inside the studio. Jesse, of course, you rose to fame in the early 2000s, specifically in 2004. You released your debut solo album, Beautiful Soul, which I love that song, by the way.
Thanks.
A lot of girls love it too. Beautiful Soul. Maybe you can.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You nailed it.
A lot of millennials here know your song, of course, Beautiful Soul, Just So You Know, She's No You. Do you have any favorites from any of your songs?
I mean, you named quite a few of them. Just so you know, it's funny, it was not as popular in the United States as it was in other places of the world. So it's funny, when we played that the other night in Vietnam, it was a huge home run hit for the audience, and I'm sure we'll be playing it again here in the Philippines. I love Just So You Know. It was one of the first songs that I wrote that I really just connected with. So that's one of my favorites. I'm really into this.
Wait, you have to sing it though.
Yeah. Can you do a few lines?
Just a line.
What do you want to do? Beautiful Soul? Just So You Know.
How about we do a little Beautiful Soul?
Okay, all right. Jesse McCartney.
Is this my lines?
Yeah, this is your camera, ready.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and your beautiful soul.
Did you have an inspiration?
Wait, and that's at 7:20 in the morning. It's a lot better at 8 at night.
That's great. That's great, man.
Who was the Beautiful Soul for you? I mean, you wrote that you were like so young.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of mistakes back then. No, I think the first love I ever had, I think it was like a sophomore in high school. I won't mention her name.
She's like loving life. That's me.
And I got dumped. She dumped me.
What?
It was a bummer. But then the song came out, and I was like, you know. But no, I mean.
Does she know that song was for her?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe she does. I hope she does. But yeah, you know, it was. It feels like such a lifetime. It was literally half my life ago. But that was my first debut song. My first video. You know, the guy that directed that music video went on to direct Spider-Man, Mark Webb.
Wow.
Really?
It was one of his last music videos that he directed, and then he became a super big-time director. That was a really fun time. I really enjoyed making that.
Speaking of, now of course we're into the a lot of superhero movies. Did you ever consider doing movies, being Spider-Man or being?
Did I ever consider being Spider-Man? Yeah, I had so many options. No, I've done a lot of acting over the years, and obviously I started in the soap world actually in New York. So All My Children was like my first television show when I was, I want to say 11 or 12 years old, in late 90s, early 2000s. And then, I think my first sort of big primetime break was a show on the WB called Summerland. And I was about 15 years old, and I was simultaneously recording my first album. So it all sort of kind of came together in like this synergy kind of way, and came onto the scene in like 2004 or 5. But acting's always been a part of my life. I've been doing a lot of comedy lately. I've been writing some sketches for Funny or Die. And so comedy is like something new for me that I'm finding I'm really enjoying a lot. But obviously this year music has taken back over the driver's seat, and I'm really focused on this new project and putting out new music later this year.
And you did. Last year you had, of course, Better With You. Wasted also. And how would you describe the music then of Jesse McCartney and the music now of Jesse McCartney?
It's funny, it's kind of over the years taken left and right turns, but I do feel like there's been sort of a secular thing. It's come back around, and the music that I'm making right now is probably actually very reminiscent of the early days, in that it's a little bit more organic sounding. Wasted was a sort of a comedy. This was like a fun record, sort of an anomaly, but for the rest of the project. But a lot of the new songs I'm writing are very organic, guitar-driven or piano-driven. Lyrically a little bit more in depth about what's going on in my life, both personally and publicly. So I mean, it's kind of come full circle. I think that if you enjoyed some of the stuff from my earlier days, you'll probably really enjoy this next project.
Well, I was just telling them how a lot of people here in the Philippines, we are really into hugot songs, hugot lines.
We relate
Remember the
to your
hugot,
songs,
right? And it's just something, we just
stuff,
love romantic stuff. And so how do you draw inspiration when you do write your songs? Because a lot of people associate, like, use your songs as national anthems.
Right. Well, I think just, the longer you live, the more you understand about relationships, right? The more you understand about the world in general, you gain more perspective about things. When I was younger, I was just kind of like, singing about love, hoping that one day I'd find it. But I think now, I do understand a little bit more about what a real relationship is. And when you do that, it allows you to sort of take a pen and paper and write something that people can relate to and that's accessible for everyone. So I just kind of draw from real life experience and things that I've been through, and hopefully people can connect with that.
So do you think you finally figured out love?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I ever will.
That's a great answer.
Love guru right here. Andre, talk to him.
Ask for advice. So speaking of advice, your advice to aspiring recording artists who want to follow your footsteps, who want to follow that same path as you did.
Well, things have changed so much since when I started in the industry. I think now more than ever we're in a digital age of just constantly sharing, obviously, right? And content. There's never enough information that you can give to satiate your audience. I think just keep making music, keep writing, keep putting it out there for people to see. Stretch your legs. Don't just limit yourself to one thing. If you can sing and you can also act, if you can turn your songs into something funny, share as much as you can with your audience and allow people to discover all the special things that make you you.
Wonderful. And we're going to see all that on stage on Saturday.
Yes, you'll see Saturday. Yeah. Come check it out.
Okay. So
what can we expect? Yeah, what can we expect?
You're going to see a lot of, I'm going to play a few new songs, but of course I'm going to play a lot of the old stuff. This is my first time performing here in the Philippines, obviously, so no one has ever seen me.
Dancing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, right?
Of course, I don't sit still. So a lot of the old stuff, a few of the new tunes, but it'll be a well-rounded show and very high energy, I promise.
Jesse, please do invite everybody to your concert happening on the 13th.
To all of my fans here in Manila and around Manila, you got to come check out the show. I'm very excited to see you all. It's my first time in the Philippines. It's going to be an epic show. Come check it out Saturday night.
Jesse McCartney, folks, July 13th, Saturday. Go check him out. Thank you so much for being on the show.
So much.
Next time, come by and sing.
Thanks for
You can have a concert here if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
Again, we just had international pop artist Jesse McCartney.